Hey y'all, J. Christian Gary here, speaking as one half of the duo that runs this place. I know I don't look TV ready by anyone's cameras, let alone my own right now, but I'm not here to talk about that. I just want to let y'all know before this slate of matches begins, we here at Blacklist CAW would like to pay tribute to those we have lost over the last month or so. First off, as many of y'all know, Jay Briscoe, Jamin Pugh, was a tag team wrestling specialist. He and his brother Mark have held tag team championships in 13 different promotions over 28 different reigns over the course of 2 decades, primarily their 13 reigns in Ring of Honor Wrestling, but in promotions like CZW, Impact Wrestling, New Japan Pro Wrestling, and Pro Wrestling Noah. He died in a car crash back on January 17th, 1 week shy of his 39th birthday, and leaves behind a wife, 3 kids, a family, Mark included, and a lifetime of memories. Secondly, my mentor, Paul Ween, died back on January 6th, over 2 weeks shy of his 51st birthday, by way of a seizure via cardiac arrest and brain damage over the course of the holiday season. I literally owe being on this camera and being able to share with y'all my love for this hobby, my love for fight sports, be it real or simulated, podcast or commentating, on camera or not, because of him. And him letting me on to his show, Fever Keeps It Real, back in 2012. Without him, I wouldn't be doing this shit at all. I don't care if the YouTube algorithms basically say, oh, this isn't going to get monetized or shown. I don't fucking care. I mean, I'm a grown-ass man. I can curse. I'm pretty sure Paul would have wanted it that way. But still, though. Sadly, as a black man, and clearly as a man of color, just sucks to hear that someone was killed just for minding their own fucking business. Back on January 10th, Tyree DeAndre Nichols died after being physically bludgeoned by 5 former Memphis police officers who yanked him out of his car unprovoked and roughhoused him. And then when he was a football field away from his mother's house, and I still can't believe this. I'm not gonna watch the video because of it. I will not watch that video, but still. He was a football field away from his mother's house, and as he lay dying, they murdered him while he was screaming for his mother. It sucks to have to go through that. Believe me, I don't want to talk about my experience with the police, yet I know. But those former 5 police officers, those 5 ex-cops, yeah, they may have been relieved from their duties, but unfortunately it won't bring Tyree back. And it won't stop the next story from being like that in the public eye. But as a society, we have to do better to make sure that another life is not lost to situations like that. Still though, in memory of those 3 and the lives and legacies that they leave behind, we here at Blacklist CAW would like to honor those memories with a memorial 10 bell salute. May these 3 men rest in eternal peace, and may they never be forgotten in our hearts and in our minds. Enjoy the matches.
Mama Messiah say, I am the baddest motherfucker you know. I'm the baddest motherfucker you know. It's gonna take 3 motherfucking things, and that's what? Hit stick, one stick, one, throw shit, one, throw shit, one, throw shit. Now let's go kick some motherfuckers.
Hit the field like all day, like all night, like special teams, like offense, like defense, like whole squad, like A-star, like.
Dinner, it's time to get live. My team been up on the grind. I'ma go take what is mine. I'ma show them how we ride. Red, white, and blue till I die. Like
offense, like defense, like whole squad, like A-star.
And with that, I say welcome to this very special slate of Blacklist CAW action. As you can plainly see right now, we're about to get started with a very interesting matchup featuring my intern and a woman who has probably multiple Super Bowl commercials coming up today, or whenever you're watching this. They're probably already embedded in your head right now. But still, though, we're about to start. I'm about to go ahead and go to the ring and do some intros. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one ball finish with a 10-minute timer. Introducing first, at 5 feet 5 inches tall, weighing in at 125 pounds, hailing from Mae Belle, West Virginia. She is the office intern and president sweetheart of Blacklist CAW. This is Betty Mae. And her opponent, at 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 132 pounds, with a net worth of over $6 million. From Mayfield, Ohio, by way of Stone Point, New York, she is television's most famous spokeswoman. This is Stephanie. Now, I know Stephanie Courtney basically does a whole shit ton of commercials, especially considering the fact that she's been doing this as the bell rings. Curly Lambeau refereeing this assignment. Oh! And right off the bat, an arm breaker by Betty Mae Belle, my beautiful young intern who has more men surrounding her than Fort Knox, so to speak. But still, though, when it comes down to Stephanie Courtney, I know she has millions of dollars in commercial deals. I know that the only person in, well, this particular neck of the woods, oh, ooh, nice springboard, well, actually, nice cartwheel elbow, and then off the second rope, 450 splash by Stephanie Courtney. But still, though, just as I'm saying that, this growling, I mean, hold on, wait a minute, coming down and only. But still, though, this ex-member of the Groundlings probably has some competition. I mean, there's been a few others, like the Geico Gecko, and I mean, I know down here in Houston, oh, nice double arm press. I mean, I don't know what to call it outside of the certain muscle that I'm using it in Jacksonville. Still, though, the point of the matter is, Stephanie Courtney, the only other person that can rival her as far as how many times they're on TV every damn day is Jim McInville, aka Mattress Mac. And I'm pretty sure, aside from saving people money over the last 41 years, I'm pretty sure that his multi-million-dollar bets, covered by Betty Mae, only gets one. His multi-million-dollar bets only cover for the amount of times he's been on TV in, you know, the Houston, Galveston, Baytown, Sugarland area. In the meantime, back to action. Betty Mae Belle trying to hold her own. Another arm breaker by Betty Mae. Now Betty Mae Belle, I mean, I got to hand it to her. She's only 19, She's no lightweight by any stretch of the imagination. She's a beautiful young woman. Nice drop kick. But I just can't get the fascination that she is the cousin of Kendall Lewis. Money splash by Flo. I guess you could say it was a low fly Flo. Pun intended. Covered by Steph. Only gets one. Not enough to save, honey. But still, though, I still can't get it that Betty Mae Belle, a nice uppercut, is the cousin of Kendall Lewis in the XGWL, the woman who haunts my dreams with that fat-ass pot-belly big nice drop kick out of the corner by Betty Mae Belle as she's trying to do damage on somebody that's literally old enough to be her mother and rich enough to be her superior, so to speak. But still, though, I have to give Betty Mae Belle all the credit in the world. She handles all my, I wouldn't say light work. I mean, the only thing that she's required to do is stay the hell away from poor Kurt the Pig, who we'll see in later action. Oh, another cartwheel out the corner by Flo, and a neckbreaker for good measure. And now Flo is trying to bundle up all her savings into a big win. As she is bundling and fumbling and stumbling right into Betty Mae Belle's exterior complex, so to speak. But not for long, though. Sorry, I just can't get that out of my head. Much like her commercial, much like Flo's commercial, so to speak. Another cartwheel out the corner, and Betty Mae Belle counters with a drop kick. I gotta hand it to Betty Mae. Hold up, cover one, cover two, cover no. But I gotta hand it to Betty Mae Belle on the fashion sense. I mean, yeah, she's a beautiful young student of the game, so to speak. She got those nice Converses on. Oh, DDT by the young intern. And this 5'5" dynamo is packing a whole lot of punch. Only gets two though, as she should be thinking, what must I do to put this broad out? I mean, I don't think dancing will help. I mean, she can cut a rug on the dance floor, not so much in the ring. Come on, do more damage. And speaking of, that's what Betty Mae Belle's about to do. Playtime is over. The young one's about to take shape. Nope! Powerbomb by Flo. And only gets nothing as she's near the ropes. Talk about a bounced check. I mean, I'm pretty sure insurance companies do have bounced checks. Nice kick out the corner with a roll away by Flo. Stephanie Courtney. Cover one. Cover two. No, just one. And only. But still, though, I mean, I'm pretty sure it sucks to me. And oh, wait a minute. Oh, suplex in the middle of the ring on the list part of the Blacklist logo. As Flo about to make it her funny business to put Betty Mae Belle out of commission. Ooh, Phoenix Splash doesn't get anything but knees up from Betty Mae Belle. And now Betty Mae Belle dragon screw leg whip and another leg whip for good measure, cracking her legs, so to speak. I'm pretty sure, considering that Flo is in her 50s, her legs probably need to be cracked once in a while. No disrespect. Inverted DDT by Betty Mae Belle. And now Betty Mae soaking up the admiration, but needs to do something fierce in order to keep the match going. Here she comes off the top rope. Frog splash. Do your job, Curly, or you won't get paid. Damn it, dude. Quit wasting time. Otherwise, that would have been a 3 count for Betty Mae Belle. How the fuck much do I pay you for anyways? Anyways, back to the match. Flo, clothesline. Stephanie Courtney. A groundling, a student of the comedy game, so to speak. If she wouldn't have been in commercials, she would have probably been tearing up stages right now. And by tearing up stages, I mean actually making people laugh on stage. Not, well, you get the point. Still though, point of the matter, pun, let me just go ahead and continue with this Flo is trying to put an end to Mae Belle when Mae Belle ain't having it. Nice hip toss onto the full logo in the middle of the ring. And now Mae Belle twirling and twirling. She needs to follow up. Mae Belle, whoa, and see what I mean? Homegirl got elbow in her good eye. And now Mae Belle's trying to take advantage of Flo's having on, but fork, cartwheel, elbow, and Betty only gets drop kicked for her troubles. I mean, I gotta admit, Flo looking pretty hot though. Oh, wait a minute. Woo-hoo-hoo. Nice innovative offense by Mae Belle. And now, the young Padawan is trying to put... Oh, drop kick, get out the way, Curly. Damn. We just missed a beautiful move because you couldn't get your ass out the way. In the meantime, punch to the gut. Flo counters. And now Flo... Oh, nice little... putting her arm out of commission. Mae's right arm. Drop kick to the back by Flo. Now, Flo is looking to bundle and save, but also, more importantly, she's telling her to name your price. Covered by Flo. And you can go ahead and cash that in. Flo with the win, and I feel sorry for Mae Belle, but hopefully better days will come. Your winner of this match, WWE's Most Famous Spokeswoman, And ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this action, we got more on this Super Sunday slate. If not, you know where to find us. You know where to get at us. Be sure to check us out on the platforms you see in the description. Other than that, I hope to see more from y'all very, very soon. If not,